Hey guys, Dude Stop here. Wanted to make a video going over pre-patch. Now, there isn't too much to do in this pre-patch. It is a little bit lackluster, but some of the changes are a little good leading into Shadowlands, with the leveling being squished down to 50 and you being able to choose the zone you want to level. It will be much more enjoyable for players to get the characters up that they want to play going into Shadowlands. Which also comes to the gear catch-up mechanics with killing rares in Icecrown, giving you decent gear for the start of your questing. I'll be going over a few things that you could be doing right now in pre-patch to help prepare yourself for the release of Shadowlands, which includes leveling, gearing, and your final preparations. Alrighty, so if you're thinking about playing a different class in Shadowlands, now's a good time to level one up. The level cap is now only level 50, so it doesn't take as long to level, and with the changes to the leveling system, you can now choose which zones you want to level in, making the experience much more fun. So now when you are making a new character, and after you pick your race, and then you choose your class, and you put in your name, you will be given a choice between two different starting zones. The Exiles Reach is the new zone, which is more new player friendly, has tutorials implemented into the leveling, but it's also just a new experience, so if you haven't done it yet, you can check it out. You'll also be given the other option of the original starting zone for the race you have chosen. So you can pick either one, and this will be your level 1 to 10 experience. Alrighty, so once you hit level 10, you can go to your major city's Warchief command board, and you will be given options where you can continue your leveling. If you accept this guy's quest, this will start the BFA instance. You can click the Warchief board to choose Legion or Draenor, and the last option is to talk to Chromie. Alrighty, so you'll find Chromie just over here. When you talk to her, you can select a timeline, and this will let you pick the zone you would like to continue your leveling in. Alrighty, so once you hit level 50, you can go to Orgrimmar, get a couple of quest turns in, which will then send you down to the Crossroads, where you will do a couple quests killing ghouls. At this point, you'll be sent back to Orgrimmar, grabbing two new quests, one of them to go kill Nathanos in the Eastern Plaguelands, and the other to go to Argent Tournament Grounds in Icecrown. Defeating Nathanos will give you an item level 115 weapon. Alrighty, so pre-patch has a gear catch-up mechanic with the rares in the Icecrown zone. You can go to wowhead.com, and it will show you the rares that are coming up next right here, and if you click this, you can see the full list of rares and when they will be spawning. They are on a 20-minute rotation, and with the 20 rares, it takes 6 hours and 40 minutes to go through a full cycle. The two rares in this list that are the most interesting would be this guy and this guy, as this is the dungeon boss that actually drops the blue proto-drake. So if you already have this, it doesn't really matter, but if you don't, it's another way to try and get them out. But the other rare gives you a nice 34 slot bag, something to look forward to. And then outside of that, they actually give you 110 item level gear, which is just under heroic. Heroic being 115, so you can gear out a character pretty well with this. It's easy. Alrighty, when you show up to the tournament grounds, you'll have your one quest to turn in, and then you'll have two new quests to pick up to work on to unlock the dailies for this zone. The new rares in Icecrown are set on a 20-minute spawner. At the start of every hour, 20 minutes and 40 minutes in, they will spawn. While you are doing your quests, you can keep an eye out on your chat box for the orange text indicating that they have spawned. Once you see that, you can open up your map and look for the purple skull, and that's where the rare will be spawning. If you start heading to the rare immediately, you will have plenty of time to make it. Blizzard has given the rares about a 2-minute invulnerability timer, so people have time to get there before it just gets nuked down. If you manage to get a piece of gear to drop from these rares, the item level will be 110, which is just under Heroic Nyalotha. Doing dailies in this zone will reward you with Argent commendations. You can also turn in your Scourge Stones for commendations as well. At this vendor, you will be able to exchange 15 of your commendations for an item level 100 piece of gear. Alrighty, so as far as your essences and your Azurite traits go, you'll notice that as soon as you enter the Maw, which is shortly after doing your brief intro quest in Ice Crown, your Azurite traits and your essence no longer work. So this is something you do not need to be worried about in pre-patch. Although the item level on the pieces of gear is nice, for the extra intellect and stam, it's nothing to worry about. But the cloak, on the other hand, you still get the proc. The 180 intellect proc is actually kind of a lot given at 128 item level, which isn't terrible, at 694 int. So this is just a free 180 int proc that has decent uptime. Alrighty, so once you've leveled up the character and got gear on the character you want to play for Shadowlands, you're now ready to go. You can just do a little minor preparation for the leveling process. Go ahead and grab yourself some well-fed food, maybe drums, a few speed potions. They'll be nice, but at level 51 you can no longer use them, so won't get much use out of them, but it'll feel good. You have the augment rune, you can make sure to use this at all times. I would grab a decent amount of health potions as it will save your life. Makes leveling a little bit easier. I had extra bridled fury potions, so I'll use these. Although the 5-minute cooldown makes them not nearly as good, it's still something nice to have. A little bit overkill on the flask, but just some extra intellect. Now, two things that I would really recommend having would be the gun shoes and the goblin glider kits. The gun shoes are nice for traveling over water or just kind of getting, if you're stuck in combat and you can't mount up, these will get you going pretty fast. And then the goblin glider kits are always nice anytime you're up high and you need to drop down low. Although as a warlock I can soulstone myself, other classes can immune them, but having the glider kits to go down faster is always nice. And then if you really want to, you can get some scrolls to buff yourself, but of course that's not necessary either. Alrighty, well there's my little to-do list for pre-patch and preparation list for Shadowlands. I hope it was at least helpful for some people. If you guys have some good ideas for pre-patch or Shadowlands preparation that I missed, let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video or if it was helpful to you, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. I'm really excited for Shadowlands. I can't wait for the release. I plan on going really hard. I'll be playing my Warlock, getting stuff done, and then at some point get my Death Knight ready to go. I'll be streaming a lot in Shadowlands. I'll be playing my Warlock and my Death Knight, so if you're looking for a Warlock or DK to watch, I got my Twitch linked in the description. You can come check it out. I also plan on making more WoW videos, cover a variety of content in the game, start off focusing with what Warlocks do, what Death Knights do, so if you're interested, please consider subscribing, check that stuff out when it comes. Appreciate everybody who watched the video. Take care everyone, and good luck in Shadowlands.